It's your boy, Big Exclusive. Welcome back to another edition of the Big Exclusive podcast. And I'm going to do what I always do to start the show. I got to thank our sponsors. So major shout out to Critical Shot Studio. If the podcast look good, if it sound good, it's all Dante's fault over at Critical Shot Studio. Get with Critical Shot Studio for all of your audio visual needs ASAP. It's prime season. If you need somebody to come take some pictures of your little girl or your little boy getting ready for prom, he will make it a very special event. So make sure y'all get with Don over at Critical Shot Studios. Also, got to give a major shout out to iCraftMart.com for all your health and wellness needs. They got the 99-cent bookstore. If you want to learn how to do keto or Atkins or a bunch of different, lifestyle changes. I don't like saying diet, but if you're interested in the lifestyle change, iCraftMart.com has a slew of 99-cent books for you to try out. Give them a try if you want to try, any different, lifestyle for that matter. Got to give a major shout out to Shea Harmony. Shea Harmony offers all natural products with their whipped shea butter being their most exclusive item. Shea Harmony's whipped and scented shea butter is sure to keep your skin moisturized, soft, smooth, and it also soothes dry, cracked skin. It also leaves you smelling amazing. Shea Harmony also offers natural soaps, hair and beard oil, essential oil remedies, and more. Shea Harmony products can be found at www.icraftmart.com. Shea Harmony, bringing harmony to your skin. Last but not least, you got to give a major shout out to Mastermind Credit Game. If you are ready to get your credit built and repaired all at the same damn time, you're looking to get financial literacy on how to build, generational wealth, head over to mastermindcreditgame.com. You'll be hearing more from them a little bit later. But with that being said, I got to start bringing in the co-host to the show. Early check-ins, Christine Reynolds. Hey, everyone. They call me Q. Q, what's going on? It's good to see you back, Q. As usual, if you are looking at the live stream, make sure you share it with your friends. And like Big Roll would say, get the algorithm going, hit the hearts, hit the smiles, hit the laughter, hit the, care, do whatever you need to do to show the podcast some love. We sure do appreciate it. I got to bring in my brothers from another, the angriest man in the podcast game, Angry OG. What's up, man?
You.
I see. I got to put you on full screen. That shirt is flavor.
Yeah, I got it from the Rummy set.
You got it from the Rummy sale? How much was it? The nickel?
It was $3.99.
$3.99 at the Rummy sale. Funniest person I know in person, my man, comedian Top Flight. Flight, what's up?
What's going on, sir?
How was your weekend?
It was good, man. Just shows on top of shows on top of shows, and more laughter, more funny.
That's what's up. I like to hear that. How's your daughter?
More money, more money, more money.
How's your daughter?
She pregnant, man. That's all I'm gonna say. She pregnant, so it's going down at any second, any moment. I don't know. You know how this works.
No, I don't. Congratulations, Grandpa.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what? You don't. I'm sorry, but this all new. This is new. I was on the other side, but now I'm on this side. I'm a little bit more experienced now. So
Christine says, "Good. Congratulations, Papa." Tiffany and Dennis with the check-in. Tiff, Q, Christine. I hope you guys have shared the live. Invite your friends in. It's going down. The lovely supermodel Rima Thomas is in the building. Rima, what's up? I hope you shared the stream. Our actual co-host from inside the comments with the front row VIPC just busting the building. We got something dope for y'all tonight. Big Roll has his own segment on the show, so be prepared for that. Big Roll is going to bring to you the man rules. Okay? Well, not with an S, just the man rule. He's going to give us a rule each and every week on the Big Exclusive podcast. Be sure to check out Big Roll's Keeping It Real with Big Roll in the morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. until he feel like getting off. But he said walking in with makeup artist and wardrobe. Yo, where do I go to get dressed for the show tonight? Brother, you already dressed. That, fellas, congrats, Flight OG, what up? Again, if you're new to the show, Do not be afraid to speak your mind. Tap in, say hello. Let us know you in here. Jabira with the check-in. She said, hey, family, roll with the hugs for the ladies. We got a super interesting show. But again, we've been blessed to have some feminine energy on the show. And I would be remiss if I didn't bring in the ladies. We got one running a little bit late. She just got off that 9 to 5. She'll be joining us in maybe 10 to 15 minutes. But for right now, we got the lovely Jumana in the building. What's up?
Good evening, everyone. How you doing?
You know what? I got to get a fellas what they want. Big screen for you.
What's that? What
Big screen for you. Them joints sitting up tonight. They saying hello.
You funny.
How are you this evening?
I'm great. I'm wonderful.
How was your weekend?
Man, my weekend was quiet but grateful. So
it was quiet.
It was quiet.
Right. You're looking a little blown out from the light in the background. It's a lot of that natural sun coming in.
Yep, it sure is. But give me 1 second.
You got it. Big roll, no comment, laugh out loud. It's all right, man. We all grown folks here on the show, man. You can comment. She a grown ass woman. She knows she look good. She's been, kind enough to bless the podcast with her presence, and we're gonna take full advantage of that. I just want to drop the topics on the screen tonight, man. It's gonna be a good one. We got some good videos. I got some shit that's gonna make OG blow his, like, he gonna flip the table over and shit. That's how wild this video is gonna be tonight. He gonna flip, and he ain't had no sneak peek. I don't think I gave him no warning on what's to come. We hadn't even talked about this one, but it's gonna be a good show. We got the TikTok video of the week. We got Big Roll's man rule. We're gonna get into the Buffalo mass shooting, or massacre, as I like to say. Do men want independent women? And this one, we got a meme of the week, and we also have the audacity of the straight black man. So y'all know it's going down.
Where the fuck did that come from? Like, what kind of topic is that?
Yeah, you're gonna see what kind of topic that is, bro, because I specifically found that one on the internet. As a matter of fact, it was supposed to be a topic on the show last week, but that show was so intense, it had got so good that we never got to it. So at the end of the day, it carried over. It carried over to this week. So we're gonna talk about it. We're gonna get into it. Here we go. This is the meme of the week. I gotta remember I didn't upload it just yet. I downloaded it, never uploaded it. So I want to know what y'all want to talk about first, man. Let me know. Let me see. I'm gonna download it here. OG, what you want to get into first?
Man, you could do the meme of the week. I don't matter, man. You the host.
All right. Ooh, he said we can get to meme of the week. Nigga,
you got the fancy headphones and the microphone, so it's all on you.
I got the what?
The fancy headphones and the microphone, so you asking me for.
I got the fancy headphones and the microphone.
Yeah, you asking me what's next.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what you want to get into. You know what I mean? Damn, it's just as much your show as it is my show, bro.
That what I want to get into is like for like a rated R type show.
Oh no, you've been rated R all damn week.
Hey, listen. He said, side note, Angry OG been killing post game on Facebook. Like, yeah, he done lost his fucking mind, man. He done lost his goddamn mind on. See, he went from not posting at all to all of a sudden he the Tasmanian devil on Facebook. Like, he is in rare. When I say rare, he is in rare form on Facebook. If you are not following him, make sure you go follow Angry OG on Facebook. Lamont McIntosh, for those of you who don't know. Kezia Bishop with the check-in. Good evening. So good to have you this evening. Make sure you guys sharing the live stream. They call me Q. Say, nah. Let the ladies pick. Sheesh. Q, what you want to talk about? Congratulations, top flight. All right, we can let the people decide. Let me bring up the top. But no, y'all can decide after. Y'all can decide after the meme of the week. We don't have a graphic for it, but since OG want to talk about it first, let's get it on screen. Christine said, "Angry OG been cutting the fuck up lately." Q said, "Come on, Jemina, with the raised hands." Tiffany and like right. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, the Big Scoops Podcast meme of the week. OG, do the honors, because it was yours. You posted it, Tasmanian Devil. It say,
Wow.
it's
Wow.
legit.
I want answers.
That's the meme of the week, and he want answers. It says, y'all eat coochie fresh out the shower or wait till it get a little twang to it. Now, this is not just for the fellas, okay?
Oh, because we got some carpet munchers on here.
Whoa. We,
But I don't even think it got nothing to do with that. It's however he wanted at the moment.
wait. Wait. So is it, this is not the way this is supposed to happen.
It was.
This is why you tune into the Big Exclusive Podcast each and every week. The official podcast is released every Wednesday evening to all podcast platforms. It does not matter if you, wherever you listen to your podcast, that's where it's available. OG. So I think you should take the honors of answering first. You eat coochie fresh out the shower or wait till it get a little twang to it?
I've had it both ways. Like you can't like whoever say they only eat it fresh out, like Big Roll lying on Facebook. So the only time he ever ate pussy was after somebody got out the shower. And he done told you he done did all this shit down South Street in his bouncer days. So you mean to tell me there was a shower down there? It was a shower down there, Roll?
They bird bath it.
It might have been.
Or the wet wipes.
There you go. Pins Landon right there.
Christine said, "Angry OG need a timeout." Yolanda Shields, hey Yolanda. She said, "Nasty asses." Tiffany, he wants to know if you like it marinated or not, with a little seasoning. Okay, I'm finished. Everybody jumping in. All right, let's get through this so we can get in. Flight, talk to me. A little twang or fresh out the shower.
I'm about to say, I ain't gonna lie, I gotta follow behind OG. I've marinated and I've had some unseasoned chicken before, so yeah.
That's all it is. Like
yeah, I can't sit here and lie. I gotta tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Now, have I stopped before? Yes. I was like, listen, let's both go take a shower.
That's more than twang though, Flight. If you got to stop, that's a little bit more than twang. Like
that's fever blisters type shit.
So
you fuck around and get a yeast infection and shit, man.
Right.
Anybody remember Martin's special? I think it was You So Crazy when he was like, "I like butter on mine." So wait, as the only resident lady here, Jumana, what say you?
I mean,
you ate it before.
I ate it with a little Lowry's on it, but you know, it's
you ate it before.
And any grown ass woman ain't talking about some. Let me go get in the shower first, and she knows she all right. Anybody talking about something? Let me hit the bathroom and go to the shower first. You already know you had something going on wrong all day long. So,
hey, listen.
Y'all crazy.
This the one. Q said not herpes simplex. Listen, we gotta move on. We gotta move on. Oysters taste good raw and cooked.
There you go.
Jabera said facts. Oh man, normally, I don't know what this is. The Big Exclusive Podcast. This is how we bring it each and every week. Subscribe if you're on the YouTube channel. Share. Please help us out with the algorithm. Hit the likes, comment, subscribe, all that stuff. I don't think any man can tell you unequivocally he only has done that when a woman was fresh out the shower.
Right.
Now it's something. It's a little different. Like Tiff said, with a little seasoning on it. You know what I mean? That's a little different. Like a little seasoning is art. But if I can smell you coming, that's something different. You know what I mean? You get, like Flight said, that'll stop you in your tracks, and you know you got to handle that. And at that point, I don't even want to no more. So it's pretty much over. It's pretty much over for me. I think that's one of my biggest turnoffs. Like a woman who
no, it ain't. Cut it out. You know you done hit that blow by. You know you done hit it from the back and bust that thing open. Take them thumbs and bust that open and hold your nose and still be like,
Hell no.
We've all experienced the blowback.
Hell, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know what you're talking about, bro. If you smell her, she got vaginosis. Wow, Flight, you said, yeah, I call bullshit, especially if y'all got years in. Yeah. All right. We're waiting for Raymond said all y'all need Jesus.
Where you think we got it from?
Listen, we gonna keep it pushing. I'm ready for OG to lose his shit. Flight, man, Big Rose said I had a girl fart one time and it smelled like cabbage. Hammer went down immediately.
Oh my Lord.
Did she fart in your face? She farted while you were situating her?
Ron looked like a freak boy anyway. He looked like he put his tongue in between that gap in his teeth.
Holy shit. All right. We gonna get to it. He said Bianca moisturizing her boobs. Yeah, she should be joining in a second. But with that being said,
yeah, we don't do no waiting, man.
We ain't doing no waiting. I'm ready now. I'm ready to pop off the next topic. Before we go, I want to play something real quick, just because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it in my spirit, and I just want to play it.
What's up, people? Shout out to the CIA, my confident, intelligent, and assertive men. One love to the FBI, my feminine, beautiful, inspirational women. I know a lot of y'all don't like what I be saying, so I decided to do it in bar form. Maybe you like it then. You 39, 200 pounds, and you got 3 kids, and you want a man making 100,000 a year. Those high value men want someone younger and slimmer with no kids, so he enjoy all of his dinner. We don't care about your money or your education, cause that degree isn't gonna raise our procreation. If you call yourself a Christian, then you know to put your husband first, especially when the whole house is living off the husband work. Society has told you can have it all. You wanna act like a man and get all the draws. In reality, that lifestyle is miserable. You really wanna be married, the program is pitiful. And stop the narrative, no good black men. 61% is single with no children. 54% live in the middle class, and you average, but you too good to give an average man a little ass. You wanna wait till you 35 to settle down. By then your prospects ain't around. That strong, independent black woman shit is the worst. 2 parents in a home is how it's supposed to work. Not saying it's impossible, we seen it be done, but that's not the best way to raise your daughter or son. And most divorces are initiated by the woman. Now your family broken up, you single and looking. We just asking for accountability, it helps, cause in the end, all of this is only hurting yourself. Black women, stop disrespecting men without a bag. Black men, put on cologne after you wash your ass. If you can't land a high value man, don't be salty, just hold on, you can't overtalk me. Go on a date with the average man you met in the stairwell, or get a dog and die alone. I bet you a farewell.
How many women out there was just triggered by that?
I need to the Godfather. R.I.P. to the Godfather.
I want to know how many people was actually triggered by that. R.I.P. to Kevin Samuels. Did a whole show. You guys can check that out at thebepodcast.com. Follow us on all social media at The Big Exclusive Podcast. Not me. Christine, not me. It was dope. Rima, not me. Divine. Hey, Divine. Glad you could join the podcast. She said loved it. Jabera liked it. All right, let's get into these topics, man. I need you guys to decide what we're going to talk about next. It's going to be a hell of a show, man. It's already been a hell of a show. We got y'all want to get into Big Roll's man rule, the Buffalo mass shooting, or do men want independent women? We should probably get into that. You know what I mean? After we just dropped that Kev, John, what y'all think?
Come on, man. What y'all think?
That's what we going into, man. We going into this is a topic. This is a topic Jemina brought to the table. She had found this video. I want to play the video for y'all. Again, tag your friends, tag your folks, because this is going to be a great topic to get into, and I'm anxious to know what you guys think. So tag your friends in, and let's get into it.
Men don't want these independent, strong women. That doesn't draw me closer to you, because independent is the opposite of teammate. I'm dating you to see how well of a teammate you can be to me. I want somebody with an interdependent spirit. Somebody that's eager and looking for a teammate. Somebody that's been under this world and be like, I don't want to do this by myself no more. Listen, I don't want to do this as a man. I don't want to do life no more by myself. I don't want to be independent no more. I want to be able to rely and trust on another human being. I want someone to help me carry the burdens and the joys of raising children, getting a home, dealing with life and its stresses. I want someone to come home to, someone to share things with. I don't want to be an independent man no more. I want a wife. So why would I be drawing closer to a woman that preaches and takes pride in being independent?
All right, and there it is.
I can second that, though. I don't see nothing wrong with what he said.
Kezia said, that's my guy. Tiffany Ann said, teamwork. Philly Joan Panora said, facts. So here's the issue I'm having, though. The guys don't seem to have a problem with what was just said. And my personal opinion is
because we don't call ourselves independent.
Yeah, I agree with him 1,000%, right? Because at the end of the day, I can only speak for me. I'm always looking for someone who can give me what I need, and that shit has nothing to do with money or any materialistic possessions, right? I know what I need, and my significant other would know what she needs, and that has nothing to do with money. And being independent, most women wear as a badge of honor. And it's weird that, a lot of the women in the comments are saying, facts, teamwork. Philly Joan Panora said facts. I'm assuming Kezia is in agreement and in alignment with that message. She said that's her guy. Christine said, this is the one right here. I agree with him. I don't want everything to fall on my man's shoulders. I'm going to help him in any way possible. So hold on. She did respond. Kezia said that's true. When a woman is single, independence is a good thing. But in order to be a partner, you have to be interdependent and able to conform and be a partner. And when you single, you independent by default, right? So your bills you're gonna have to pay on your own anyway, or where you gonna live. You got to pay electric, or how you gonna see. You got to buy food, or how you gonna eat. So most women wear that independent thing is a badge of honor. And it's I see it a lot on social media. I see most women describe themselves as I'm an independent, strong black woman. And I immediately be like, okay, like, good for you.
Congratulations on being an adult.
Right. Rima said, I really like the strong black independent woman MO to go away. It's killing us. And that's
It
crazy.
came back with feminism, man.
A lot of the women are saying this. Nene just popped in. Nene, make sure you share the stream. She said, hey, y'all. So, Jemima, you brought this topic to the table. I'm curious to hear your thoughts as our resident lady.
So, when you first meet a person, and like you said, women or anybody is going to be independent by default. However, there was a stigma that all women is gold diggers. So you kind of having two things on the table now. Either they gold diggers or they independent. A woman who's doing for herself, that's not looking for anything, that's not asking anything from a man, and she's single, that's what she should be. She should be independent, as any man should be independent. However, when you are looking for a significant other, for the most part, the two of you are going to come into the relationship as independent. Nobody jumps into a relationship and says, hey, let's put all our bills on the table and come on, we just going to do everything. We're going to be interdependent. Now, for the most part, there are a lot of women out there that want that same foundation. I think where things get confused at is that there's no conversation between two individuals, and everybody just kind of assumed that, oh, this woman wants, or men kind of assume this woman just wants to be independent all her life. She's saying she independent, she's saying she do this, she's saying she do that. But until there's a ground foundation that there is going to be a team, because again, nobody walks into any type of date, nobody walks into any type of relationship saying, hey, we want to be together for the rest of our lives. Come on, let's go ahead and go be a team. And then you got some people that are able to do that, but that's one in a rarity. I can't even say one in a million. One in a rarity that you're gonna find somebody like that. So for the most part, you have a lot of men that do want independent women that's not looking for nobody to, I guess, lean on more so to say, not looking for anybody to always hold her hand doing something. But then at the same time, you have this video right here where a man is stating, he don't want no independent woman. Okay, so what is it that you do want when you looking for a woman? You looking for somebody to just be looking to take it from the door?
Close at 8 o'clock.
Go ahead, we hear you.
Oh, no, that was my question. When he states that, that's why I said there's foundations that has to be laid. Anybody that's looking for me, if I go out here, I'm not looking for no codependent. I'm looking for an independent man that got his stuff together. However, conversation, you meet at the table, is where do you want to go from here? Of course, we already know that husband and wife, for the most part, is going to be interdependent to begin with. Nobody marries to be independent. Nobody marries to be independent. So with this video, when I watched it, it almost kind of put things out on the table to tell a woman, stop being so independent while you're single. Kind of almost come out here looking for somebody to take care of you, or looking for somebody to fight your battles with you. Because if things don't work out, who's gonna fight them battles when things don't work out? You still have to have some kind of independency, regardless of where things go. And in a marriage or a relationship, there's always going to be teamwork. However, man and woman still have to have some type of level of independency in a relationship. Y'all can't do everything together. He has to go to work. You have to go to work. There's other things that you do with your family.
But you can't be independent and on the team at the same time. Like that don't.
No, I think
go together. You can't be both.
Because there's a difference. Because everybody needs some type of solidarity in their life, whether it be mentally, emotionally.
Yeah, but that don't go with like independent and.
It is.
If you on the same team, you can't be independent.
Wait a minute.
You got your role and I got my role.
Right.
So you got your stuff that you got to do, and I got my stuff that I got to do, and then that's part of the team.
Right. So when you're on a team, at the same time, y'all focus on things to do what? To build. Correct?
Yes.
You can't build with somebody that you're not with. You can't be on the same page if you independent.
It don't go together.
He said, I'm not looking for no
You
independent.
can't be independent and on somebody's team.
Listen to what he said. He said, I'm not looking for no independent woman because as a man, I don't want to be by myself. I don't want to do life by myself forever. That's what
all right. So
He want her that they can depend on each other.
right, and that's what
He don't want the person talking about that's walking around. I could do. I'm independent. I don't need no man, and I could do this. I could do that. He don't want that.
So wait,
That's
hold
not what
on,
he
hold
wants.
on, hold on. I think both of you. Hold on. I think both of you are right in the sense, looking at it from this aspect. And then right after I say this, I'm gonna play the video again. And then OG, I want you to come back and finish your thought. And then Jumana. What I think Jumana is trying to say is, you do need some level of independence from your significant other, but that has nothing to do with y'all relationship and what y'all building. I think that's relative to personal things that you guys like and enjoy, or group of friends, or like for instance, I know a lot of people who don't play chess, right? And I love chess. My significant other might not play chess, so she might not be interested in that, but she still support me going out and play. That's something I have independent of my significant other. I think that's what Jumana is referring to. And I think what OG is referring to, that the goal should be that there's no independence in the team. And that's exactly right. When you talking about building the family structure, the household, the finances, and everything else. But when it comes to like mental things that are mentally and emotionally needed for each specific individual, I don't want my significant other to only find that in me. I can't be responsible.
No, you get
for
burnt
that.
out, and that just go without saying. Like, nobody do everything with their spouse. You can't. That's you gonna get burnt the fuck out. Like, you can't do everything with your spouse. You got to find some shit to do without her, and she got to find some shit to do without you. That just go without saying. Like,
all right, let me
who
run the
want to be
video.
cooped up with each other all day?
Let me run the video back, and then on the other side, we're gonna bring in Miss Bianca Monroe as well.
Men don't want these independent, strong women. That doesn't draw me closer to you, because independent is the opposite of teammate. I'm dating you to see how well of a teammate you can be to me. I want somebody with an interdependent spirit. Somebody that's eager and looking for a teammate. Somebody that's been out in this world and be like, I don't want to do this by myself no more. Listen, I don't want to do this as a man. I don't want to do life no more by myself. I don't want to be independent no more. I want to be able to rely and trust on another human being. I want someone to help me carry the burdens and the joys of raising children, getting a home, dealing with life and its stresses. I want someone to come home to, someone to share things with. I don't want to be an independent man no more. I want a wife. So why would I be drawing closer to a woman that preaches and takes pride in being independent?
All right, let's welcome Bianca and we're curious to get your thoughts.
Hey everybody, how's it going?
Right into the fire, right into the fire.
All the time. I wouldn't expect it any other way.
Come on with it.
God, I really don't know what to say. I don't know what he mean by technically. Is he talking about independent all the way around? Does he mean independent financially? Does he what does he mean? That's where my confusion is coming in. Yes, I heard, briefly about, you have to be independent outside of your partner. Like, you have to have a life outside of whatever you and your significant other has. I'm a firm believer in that. I can't be everything and all to you at all times, because the shit is draining. However, I don't see nothing wrong, like I said, with being financially independent. Because I'm one of them females. I'm not gonna say I can't depend on a man for financial reasons, but I don't want to depend on a man for financial reasons. I like to take care of myself. I don't like the word no, so I would never tell myself no, so therefore I would never be dependent on a man in that nature for that. But as far as anything goes within the relationship, no, there's no I in team. So when it comes to a relationship aspect, you can't be on one page and your significant other be on be on another page. That's my thoughts.
OG.
I said what I said already. What the fuck you want me to start lying now and shit?
I thought you wasn't done. You said what you said. I'm gonna go to some of the comments real quick. They're coming in fast and furious. Keep them coming. Keep them coming. Kezia said, I believe in roles. I believe a woman is a helpmate to a man. Our job is not to lead a household or financially support a household. However, if a man is struggling, then she should render assistance. She comes back to say, no, Yolanda said 100. She comes back to say, I've noticed that in this day and time, some men feel like a woman is stable, then that relieves them of the responsibility of being a leader and the head of household. Yikes. Big role.
That he want the burdens taken off of his shoulders. What burdens? What burdens of life?
She sound like she want a free ride and shit.
No, it sounds like he want a free ride because that's what he said.
Big Rose said, ally of women blast their independency loud because they've had so many bad experiences being taken advantage of. I can see that. Levin, what's up, bro? Good to see you back on the show. He said, I would just like to build with me. I guess he's talking about the woman. Levin comes back and says, in some way you have to depend on your partner, but there are some things that she can do that I can't. Things that I can do that she can't. There's no I in team. Divine says right. Big roll. I'm laughing because I see the comments beforehand. Levin says we have to separate. We have to be separate but together in order to build. There are some roles, but we are a team. Philly said, Philly Jonepreneur said, I need my space. Levin said he's talking about a woman that gives off she doesn't need a man. He's looking to build. This is what building is. Divine Marinette said, you're still an individual, even in a relationship. I agree. Big roll with the hair. Okay, BB. Nini said, I understand what he's saying. She a different woman every time she come on the show. That's a fact. We appreciate, mixing it up. We love it. Christine said, loving the red hair.
Thank
Rain
you.
said, again, these are grown folk conversations. Melanie said, Kezia is speaking facts. I almost had an aneurysm. Kezia said, a free ride. How so? Nene said, I think a man is talking in general. Big Rose said, our experiences can dictate what kind of partner you desire. If you've had to carry the financial load in every relationship you've been in, how can you trust someone new? Men go through it. I would agree with that. Philly Jonepreneur said, words don't mean what they used to. Certain words trigger people because of their experiences. And Rain said, people don't relay expectations and what they look for. They expect that because they have things in common, these expectations go without saying. Everything is a conversation or convo. I agree with that. Communication is the ultimate point. Communication is the ultimate springboard to everything. A lot of times we get into these relationships and we have expectations that this person should know how I'm feeling. This person should understand what I'm going through. This person should just know, when ultimately nobody that I know is a mind reader, and we're not supposed to just know what's going on in your head, because men honestly will get it wrong every single time. And if you've been in a relationship, women will attest to us getting it wrong. I've had it be underlying shit going on and we just have no clue, right? And we think we doing the right thing. Next thing you know, we in the doghouse or we in an argument about some damn juice. And we like, juice though? Whole time, the issue is way bigger than fucking juice. And you like, well, damn, juice started all this? Well, fuck it, I ain't even thirsty no more. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, everything springboards from communication. And you have to understand that there is no such thing as a healthy relationship without the ability to not only communicate, but communicate effectively and listen effectively. A lot of times I've been in situations where I've been direct as possible. I'm telling you what's wrong with me. You still want to read between the lines and tell me it's something different. Like, no, if I'm telling you it's black and it's white with a little bit of red, that's what's happening with me. I'm very good at being able to articulate my feelings. I do not hold them back. So the expectation is to help me resolve those things. So at the end of the day, communication, effective communication and effective listening, which means sometimes don't fucking respond. Sometimes shut the fuck up and just say, yo, I need to process
But they can't do that. They gotta have the last word, man.
Process this. Let me go take this and marinate with this shit before I lose my shit, okay? Because a lot of times you only listen with the intent to respond. A lot of people, a lot of men and women are like really good football and basketball coaches, and they don't even know it because they sitting there watching the relationship happen in front of them live, taking notes to counter a move. A better analogy would be boxing. Round one was this. We filling each other out. Round two, instead of you just taking and absorbing what the corner is telling you, you want to see what you want to see and wait for an opportunity to jump in there and respond in kind. And then your dumb ass get knocked out and you trying to figure out what the fuck happened. You wake up to what happened. Now you by yourself, sad and lonely. And don't get it twisted. Men be fucked up too when relationships don't work. Don't let them fool you talking about, we go through it too. Our stomach hurt. We be a little stomach ache. But at the end of the day, stop trying to tell men what they feel or tell men to feel more. It's just some shit we don't give a fuck about. We never will. But that's just your man. You have to understand your man. Fellas, you have to understand your women. Some women will never have the courage to tell you exactly what's going on. She may need therapy. It could be from past trauma. The thing you need to understand is that patience is key.
She ain't gonna be black.
If you
I'm about to say the other ones ain't that good either, brother.
Sometimes
gonna be black.
I'll get off the soapbox. The point is, sometimes to be an effective listener, don't argue. Just take, even if the motherfucker holding the mirror up to you and you don't like what's being said and you feel attacked, just let this person know that you need time to process what was said, and then you can revisit the conversation after you had some time to reflect. So that's my little nugget of wisdom.
But that's an argument in itself, man. That's an argument in itself.
So at that point, Flight, you're dealing with immaturity, and y'all don't need to be together anyway.
Right, and you're very, very, very true. Because now what's going to happen is, well, why take you 24 hours to call me back? Motherfucker, give me some time. Like, chill out. Relax. Or
this shit right here. Hold on, Flight. This comment right here. This comment right the fuck here is exactly why I be having aneurysms. Most women just heard my whole spiel right there. But this comment right here from Nene, why y'all can't shut the fuck up? Asking for myself. Because all she heard was me telling women to shut the fuck up. She didn't hear nothing about effective fellas. Did I not say fellas? We do.
The point proven. They hear what they want to hear, and then they going to divert it and twist it and spin it and make it about you.
I bet you if I ask her a very direct question, she don't answer it. I bet money. I'm gonna catch her off guard. Ask her a question. She could be like, "Oh."
My thing is just be direct. Don't go all over the world to make your point to me. I need bullet points. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of girl. I don't need the sides and all that. Just give me what it is what's your problem, and then let's see how we can fix it. Most people do cut. I'm one of them people that may cut you off.
See, your ass gonna be single too, because it's nuances to everything. The point is for you to listen and hear him out. Don't listen. Now you're trying to dictate to him how to express himself.
Listen to understand. That's all. It's simple. Listen to understand.
Of a net. I need you to land the plane. I understand you're upset.
Can we get a round of applause for this comment right here, Kezia Bishop, because she chose listen to respond versus listening to understand. Can we get a round
It's
of
that simple.
applause for my
Just
brother
listen to
Levin?
understand.
KS,
Ooh.
Kevin Samuels proven. She told Flight, shut up,
But
Flight.
sometimes it's not even about understanding because you might not necessarily be able to understand what that man is going through. Just to listen to him to show that you care what's going on with him sometimes is all that's needed because everybody can't understand what everybody is going through. I can understand that you are going through something, but I may not be able to understand exactly what you're going through. It's the empathy part. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you listen to whatever it is that's going on, and sometimes no, a man ain't really looking for a response. He ain't looking for you to solve his problem. He just want to know that you care, that you give a fuck. You know what I mean? Without talking about, well, then you want to take the trash out too.
Right. And vice versa. I mean, it works both ways. You know, you got to listen and understand too. But if I'm listening and I'm trying to do certain things, but yet and still, even if we rectify or come to an understanding, I don't want to hear about it 2 weeks later, the next argument.
Oh, you will.
That be the problem.
You
And
definitely
another
will
thing,
because
2 weeks
you know
ago,
what?
when
Yeah, because
your
it's some
ass
shit that
drunk
she
the
ain't get to
juice,
say.
you left the goddamn top off. Okay, well, why you didn't tell me that when we had the last conversation about the juice? Why am I hearing about it 2 weeks later? That juice is the fuck gone.
Right, right.
Because it wasn't never about the juice.
I
It
forgot to
wasn't
bring
never
something.
about the juice.
Oh, you forgot to bring it up. Right. Exactly. So now, guess what? Now we're going to talk about the juice. I'm going to talk about the fact that I don't like your red hair and your nail because now you want to start bringing up old shit and don't want to let shit go. So you going to jab at me, then I'm jabbing the fuck back. Then we being petty again.
And you be like, damn, I should have said, or I could have said.
Right. Because that's the problem. Y'all don't know how to let shit go. Y'all want to keep being petty.
Mm-hmm.
Then we the bad guys when we tap into our inner petty. Then y'all do the subliminal message on Facebook. Be careful, ladies. It's niggas out here. Sugar is salt, and salt is sugar, and all that old dumb. Don't nobody want to hear that shit.
So let me get to this. Let me get to this comment. Ring said, but the issue is that it only happens when y'all on 10. How can you hear somebody when y'all feuding? She also goes on to say this only works when y'all ready to listen. I'm a little flabbergasted, right? So it's a lot of times moving throughout life, you have to just man the fuck up and be an adult or woman up and be an adult, right? Yeah. So if you claim to love somebody and you don't and you aren't ready to listen to them express themselves genuinely, which should be the case all the time because of effective communication, then it's hard to say y'all should even be in a relationship. And I understand things happen and you get on 10, but the thing you have to remember when you on 10 is you guys have to be mature enough to recognize that both of you are on 10 and nothing will get accomplished when you're on 10. If you get in that habit and you practice that long enough, you'll be able to recognize that and understand like, yo, well, we aren't. Somebody's got to say we aren't going to accomplish anything right now. Like, let's go to our respective corners. Yo, don't misunderstand me. I still love you. All right, I still love you too. We just need to revisit this when cooler heads prevail. Now, it's a certain level of maturity that it takes to be able to achieve that, but you have to have those tools in place. You still have to say, like, you still have to recognize I still love this person, right? And that we have a commitment to each other. A lot of people aren't mature enough to do that because, especially when it comes to Philadelphia love, the one thing we ain't trying to do is get played or be called dick eating. Okay, so it's rough to have love in Philadelphia. But I'm gonna read a couple comments, man. We're gonna keep it pushing. We about an hour into the show. Yo, y'all sharing the stream. Make sure y'all keep doing so. Follow us on every platform at the Big Exclusive Podcast. Hit up all episodes archived at thebepodcast.com. Nene said, once it's solved, I'm over it, but that's just me. It's usually the opposite for the men. Throw shit in my face from 10 weeks ago.
I'll share this story. This is funny. With my ex-wife, one time we was both on 10. I was typing. I was doing the Twitter fingers. Motherfucker. I did the paragraph. I did one of her moves. That motherfucker was like, I think it was so long the Texas might have broke up into like 10s.
That's
but I never hit
shit.
But I never. Here's the funny thing. I came down as I was typing it. I came down to 6 and 4 and 3 and 2, and I never hit send. And one day, she went through my phone and saw the unread or draft or whatever the fuck they call it. So this how you really fucking feel? I'm like, I said, wow. Like, I still got to try. I ain't even hit send. And still got the fucking trouble.
That's why you should have sent. That's why you should have sent that shit. You took the time to write it. You should have sent that shit. If I'd have wrote all that shit, I don't care if I came down to 1. He was gonna get it.
Yeah.
Fuck all that. I ain't take all that time to write it and then put it in my back pocket. No, you gonna get that shit.
Yeah.
I'm Petty Eddie, so what the fuck? Like, you gonna get it.
OG said, I'm firing this bitch off, goddamn it. A couple comments, then we're gonna move on to the next topic. I think I know exactly what I want to go to too, because OG shit, his head gonna explode on this one. I can't wait. Reen said, keyword practice. Kezia said, you still have to remember you love this person even in the argument and even if you're on 10. Yolanda Shields said, effective
all is
listening.
Fair in love and war. All is fair.
See, that's just it. I don't want to fight. I don't want war. Like,
all is fair.
I understand like everything.
If you have an argument, that's a fight.
I hate this.
I understand everything ain't always gonna be peaches and cream, but you know, it's you waste a lot of time and animosity and a lot of energy. You're gonna argue as adults because that's just what happens, but like try to keep that shit to a minimum. Yolanda Shields said effective listening skills are taught. Jabira said, I will walk away. I won't even want to talk after a certain amount of yelling. Rain said, that's why I get paid to counsel people.
Plug.
That was a shameless plug, Ring. Get out of here.
Hey man, that's family. She could plug. That's family. Like that, you know. I always say Big Exclusive Podcasts don't have fans, man. We got family. If you locked in and you tuned in, especially if you share the stream, you family, you a cousin, or best friend, or whatever however you want to look at it, you family. Yolanda said, if your upbringing doesn't teach you, then you won't know how to commit listening. I can agree with that. Big Roll told OG to preach, send it. Yep. Nene said, because to her, it felt like you just said it to her. She shouldn't be in his fucking business. How about that?
She shouldn't be in his phone.
Like, what the fuck? Like,
if you wasn't in my phone, you wouldn't have saw it.
I know I'm gonna get some messages about that.
The oldest speak and you shall find.
No, what she should do was just copy and paste, put it in her shit, and had it ready to go the next time.
No, what she should have did was not win his fucking phone.
That's exactly what she should have did. Minded her
all
fucking
the rest
business.
Of the shit. She shouldn't have went in his fucking phone.
Like, that's crazy. Kezia said it can.
Meanwhile,
also,
her shit got a lock on it.
Exactly. She got a biometric, numerical.
Y'all just ain't smart to crack the code. That's all.
That's it.
We don't care.
We don't give a shit.
We don't care.
I'm about to say, I don't care. I'm not seeking or looking for something. I know the rules. You look and you will find.
Kezia, I'm gonna read your comment, Kezia. I'm gonna read your comment, and Devon, I'm gonna read yours before we move on. But I want to look in the camera and say something my mother always told me. The reason why I ain't going through no phones, I ain't fitting to be looking for shit, is because any and everything done in the dark always comes to the light. So you think you're getting away with some shit, but you're not, and it's gonna come back to bite you in your ass because karma is a bitch at the most inconvenient time possible.
If it don't come out in the wash, it'll come out in the rinse.
Thank you.
Oh,
Kezia said it can also be a learned behavior as well. We must remember that if you don't come from a healthy family, then a healthy family must come from you. Oh, talk about it. We had talked about that last week when I said, you know, I didn't have a father, and my biggest compliment I get nowadays is, you know, about being a dad. Divine
said, saying that shit when you was going up to the store getting that free shit.
Greasy G. Yeah,
you want to say that shit then. He was walking up the street going to the store getting free shit.
And that first of all, he that shit lasted for about how long? a year before he dipped. I
Hey,
don't know.
look how much free shit you got in a year though.
It's Cheesesteak King. Shout out to Greasy G. Divine said love is patient and kind. So if it's really love, 10 isn't even in reach. That's how that she said that's that southern girl in me, maybe.
Yeah, well, we are northerners.
No.
Philly said, I'm not checking no phone at all. All right, so let's talk about it. We're gonna move on to the next topic. This gonna be a good one. Y'all might want to take a step back, tag your friends, because some of you are going to feel like it's time for the black men to get their medicine. But this video comes by way of our, what do we call it? TikTok video of the week, right? And this gentleman has a beef with, a prominent public figure or activist, and he decided to unleash. So what I need y'all to do is please pay attention to this video. Nobody, when we come back from the video, okay, we coming back straight to Angry OG. All right, this is tailor made for him, and I definitely want to see his response. So, ladies and gentlemen, tag a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend that it's them again, and take a look at this.
What exactly do y'all stand for? What are your goals and objectives?
You know what? It seems pretty bold to ask something like that, seeing as how the only thing on most straight black men's resume is audacity. Y'all are literally the least qualified out of anybody in this country to lead somebody, but y'all always want to be in the front. But you know what? It's a special place in hell for a bitch like you that causes division amongst the entire community of people. Out of every subsection of the black community, y'all are the least educated and the most incarcerated. Please tell me what qualifies you besides the dick between your legs to lead somebody into anything. Y'all always want people to breathe life into y'all, but at this point, it's just pure necromancy because we have no more life to give. Y'all suck the life out of every fucking thing. I mean, let's call a thing a thing. Y'all want to be white men so fucking bad. Y'all see white men at the heads of their household, and y'all can't even get a household to be the head of. Asking women questions like, what do they bring to the table when you don't even own your table, you rent it. Hell, that's even if you do rent it because it's probably in your mama's name. I mean, if we could call the thing a thing, y'all are the common denominator out of every issue that we have in the black community. Y'all are literally the root cause. Blame black women for fatherless behavior, but then fail to realize that the father is the person that you're not blaming. Y'all blame men for being gay and say, oh, you grew up without a father. Do you see how you just pointed back to the issue? Y'all blame women for having too many kids as if they made them kids by themselves. You keep pointing back to the issue. Y'all be wanting people to hold y'all down, but at the same time, if they too good at it, then they too independent. Then you want to say, oh yeah, like you don't need me. They kind of don't. Maybe what y'all should start considering is that maybe our community is meant to be matriarchal. But y'all just can't accept it because it doesn't fit into what the white man has told you to believe. You're trying to do everything that the white man does, but you're just trying to do it in black. It's literally the same shit. I mean, y'all are the most homophobic, the most misogynistic, the most transphobic, the most colorist, the most texturist, like the most xenophobic. And you are the most likely to date outside of your race. Y'all are a walking contradiction and a walking joke, and it's not funny. I always want to talk about breaking generational curses and building generational wealth, but you don't even have life insurance. Anytime you die, we got to do a damn GoFundMe. Y'all can't even die right. Y'all been trying to stick this square peg in a round hole for centuries, and it just doesn't work because you're not meant to be the head of the household. You were never meant to be. That's why the shit doesn't work.
Yo, you know what's funny though? He said all that shit, and I've been blocked him out. When he's talking about only thing you got is a dick between your legs, but that's the dick that you want in your ass, you fucking faggot. Like I just stopped listening to him. Like he went on his gay rant. Like, get your punk ass out of here. Like I didn't even listen to that shit.
So, ladies and gentlemen, the link to join the show is in
He
the
talked
chat.
all that
It's
shit about a
starred at the
man.
top.
He talked all that shit about a man, but let a man stick dick down his throat.
Oh Lord.
What sense do that make?
Where the Hollywood at?
Christine said, Angry OG, back to timeout. You go. So, y'all ready? Y'all ready to unpack that?
He got to unpack his ass. That's what he got to unpack.
Oh my
Oh.
Kezia said there's some truth to that. Philly Jonepreneur said it's hot in here. Christine said I agree to an extent. A lot of men really are like this, but it's more black men out here doing the damn thing. This shit applies to weak coon ass niggas.
You
Big
can't
Rose
take
said it's some truth
the
there.
4% and make that what it is, and just disregard the 96% or whatever. Like, so you're gonna make the 4% the thing, and you can't do that with anything though. You can't take the minimal and make that what it is because that fits your narrative, and so you're gonna ride your soapbox on something that ain't the majority of.
And so that's if we take a second to unpack what it is that he was saying. He did speak a lot of truth in that shit. The shit don't offend me because I know it don't apply to me.
Right.
And I know for a fact who I am as a man and what I do. But he does speak for, I think, a section of women who experience this from black boys. I'm not going to call these people black men. I'm not going to call these guys black men. I'm going to call them black boys. I wear a t-shirt that says black men don't cheat. Black men don't cheat. Boys cheat. Immature guys.
I was a man every time I cheated.
You had a boy mentality then.
No,
but at the end of the day,
because when I
here's
was
my
a boy,
thing.
I ain't want no pussy.
Oh God.
You did. You was fucking at 12.
It wasn't on the regular. It was one time. It wasn't on a regular basis.
It was one time.
We all know you for these streets.
One time at band camp.
I'm for the streets, and you a lady of the night.
I'll take that too. But you still a man of these streets. You definitely, man.
So I think I think he was right about a lot of the things that he said. Again, you take it with a grain of salt, and for the men who it applied to, those men
whoever is fit. It's fit.
Yeah, they're gonna have to
shoe
take
fit, put that
exception
motherfucker
to
on
it.
and run around the corner with it.
Kezia said 4%. She think that percentage is higher than that, and I would have to agree with her. So here's the thing.
Just say I don't have the shit in front of me. That was just speaking in generality. So it ain't like I have no factual evidence that I gleaned that number from. So that was just a general take on it. It's definitely not the majority of men that he was speaking to.
I definitely don't think it's the majority of men. However, I think that subsection of men at Big Role said, OG said, fuck Voltron and G.I. Joe. He wants some ass. Laughing my ass. But I think those men out there, they do exist. And I think the larger portion of why, and y'all can let me know if I'm taking this shit too far or I'm looking too deep into it. But the large majority, and here we go with this accountability thing. Y'all know how I feel about accountability. But the large majority of women who are deeply scarred have experienced a multitude of these guys that they chose to be with.
They picked them.
This is what I'm saying. They chose to be with these kind of guys who this gentleman is talking about, and they're scarred to the point that when somebody comes along that's genuine, they get like the raw end of the deal or the shitty end of the stick because they don't understand and they waiting for the other shoe to drop because of their own insecurities.
They build their wall up because they dealt with so much bullshit, and you got to put your wall up. It's hard for them to trust anybody anymore because of the fucked up choice that you made.
Because
and here's where
I say you go a step further and even say with the gay community, if all our black men are going gay, then now what? What does that leave us? We're supposed to be a generation to keep reproducing and recreating. And if it's man on man, where's that?
You want
Where
to
where
sit on the motherfucking bike with no
exactly?
seat
How are we going
with
to
the
break
pole
the
up your ass.
cycle?
But Top Flight took the words out of my mouth. What I was getting ready to say. There's such a small percentage of good men left. I ain't saying that it ain't no good men out there. However, there's more women on this earth than there is men. So if, like Top Flight said, half of them is wanting to be with another man, half of them wanting to go be a woman, half of them wanting to go, just be locked up all their life or whatever the
That's a
case.
lot of halves. I thought you want to get 2 halves.
I mean, I'm just saying, it's these women a small percentage left out here, and I'm not going to necessarily say that every woman walking around saying that men ain't shit. It's no expectation to meet a good man. You know what I mean? If they meet one, yeah, it's gonna take a while for them walls to come down, but you can't walk into every situation shit thinking that those walls just supposed to come down. And for granted, you don't take nothing for granted when you go out there and you dating people and you meet people, because just like a man meet a woman, he done been with some hoes or whatever the case may be, she done cheated on him, slept with his brother, cousin, whatever. You walk into the next woman the same way with your guard up, thinking, okay, you know what? Well, I ain't spending on my ends on this one. I ain't paying. I ain't doing this. I ain't doing that. I ain't taking her here. I ain't taking her there. You do keep your guard up, and that's just with the human race. Period.
Yeah, I mean, and it's just the simple fact that of it being more women than men don't mean all them motherfuckers good
No,
though.
but no,
Don't sit there and make it
Yeah.
seem like
but
all the women out there motherfuckers.
in the video though, he's reaching in a couple of areas. Him saying that, you talk about women having all these babies and they fatherless and this, that, and the third, and then you turn around and pointing the finger back to them. Yeah, you have a lot of men out here talking about, oh, she got too many baby fathers, and then he gets somebody pregnant and he turn around and he do the same exact thing that he just got finished saying about the last woman that he was dealing with, or whatever the case. I don't think a lot of black men out here wish they was white or want to be white. No, I don't believe that. I don't think that for the most part, women or woman is meant to be the matriarch, because if we believe like where we came from, that we was kings and queens, the kings always ruled the land. The queen was there by his side to help command. However, at the same time, I think with the society that we have in today, a lot of people see things going on and they want to base things based on what they want their narrative to be. That I do agree with. And I do agree with, I do believe he's one of those men that's gay. You know what I mean? It's just too many issues that he can seem to want to relate to, and he's not even a woman. So how do you?
He's confused.
Right.
First of all, he's confused because
He's wanting to relate. Me as a woman, I can't even sit there and listen to what he's saying and say I relate to everything that he's saying. I can't. I can't even honestly say that. I have never met one black man ever in my life, whether he was going to a 9 to 5, whether he was making 6 figures, whether he was doing whatever, and not one of them ever appeared to me to ever want to be white. I ain't never seen that. For the most part, yeah, we tired of being oppressed. We wish we had the same opportunities as the white man. We wish we could walk into a bank and get those same loans and those same funds that the white man get. We wish that we went into a store and
but that's just the extent of it though. Don't nobody want to be in their skin though.
Be white. That's wanting to say, well, why can't I be?
You want the privileges and shit of it.
Right. Well,
not the actual person, just the perks, the privileges.
Absolutely. It ain't even about the perks as a human.
Don't nobody want no pale ass white skin.
Because Chinese people don't get followed when they walking around in the store. Indian people don't get followed when they walking around in the store. It's only us. So to an extent,
hurry up and buy.
But we do be stealing like a motherfucker though.
Yeah, I think he's reaching for a lot of it. A lot of it is just reaching. Him wanting to go.
Yeah, it's about attention.
Mm-hmm.
It's about attention, and just it just always goes back to the communication factor and what it is you're seeking and looking for. But I think the world is just everybody's on 10 now, so it's hard to even try to meet new people, because I saw it. It was something on Facebook. A young boy, yo, what's up, bitch? What's going on, mom? I'm gonna hit you up. And then you got a sophisticated, a respectable man. How you doing, sweetheart? Have a good day. You're beautiful. You're a queen. Beautiful. You all thirsty? You don't get your little, like you don't get your nut ass out of here. Like, why I got to be a nut ass for giving you a compliment?
Because we're desensitized. Because when you look at it, so like the same thing with Kevin Samuels.
Their mind is conditioned to not hear that shit, man.
Right, say we are conditioned that every woman is a bitch. or she got an attitude, she a bitch, she an angry black bitch, or whatever the case may be. So you get desensitized. No, I don't walk around and calling my girlfriends, hey bitch, you know, what's up, bitch, or whatever the case may be. You look at what a lot of stuff stop playing with me. You look at stuff what's conditioned out here in society, and the narrative we already know as a people. There's a lot of things as a people that's just being that has been conditioned into society. Period. They wish it could stay like this. Like with them not wanting to legalize abortion, you know what that's about. They afraid of losing the white race. When you look at those Republican states, white women are more than 50% of the population in those states that go and get abortions. White women. It's a condition of a lot of stuff that's in our societies, and then when you take it to the extent of us not being able to get along, like we talked about last week, us not being able to get together and for the most part be a unit, be as one, come together. It's always black man against black woman. You don't see that in no other race. So when you have people like him and other individuals get on and they talk about, oh, well, the black woman is this, the black woman is that, the black woman is this, and then you have somebody say, oh, well, the black man is this, the black man is this, the black man. We already know that as a people, period, both genders, we all have our issues. But at the same time, when do we come together? When do we sit down? And when do we take accountability and acknowledge?
Because at the end of the day, that's what he is to them white people. He a black man.
Right. First, you got to acknowledge the issues that's going on, and then everybody has to take accountability and stop pointing the finger. So when you keep getting up on social media talking about, oh, what the black man not supposed to be, why the black woman don't want to do this, why the black woman don't want to do that, to each his own, because every black woman ain't like that. Everybody has been through their own experiences. However, we do see that there are a lot of black marriages that are and black families that are doing well. You know what I mean? Like since the 60s, there ain't been this many black two-parent households in society in a long time, since the 50s and the 60s. So we doing something right on one level, but at the same time, we're being desensitized and conditioned to keep on hating each other.
All right, so let me address something right quick, and I just asked Kezia to join the show, and I want the ladies to respond to this comment before I do, because I'm curious, right? And she commented, she has to disagree. More times than not, they do not present themselves that way. They wear a mask until they feel like you love them, and then the true them comes out.
Who's them though?
So she's referring to men being one way and wearing a mask, and then I guess she falls in love with them, and then once they feel like, you know, they have you or they have her, then they show you a completely different side. This is just, ladies, I want you to respond. I'm curious what you have to say before I respond to that.
That's absolutely 100% true. I was going to make a statement on it that, you know, I forget who said it, OG or you said it, you know who you dealing with when you meet them. You don't know who you dealing with when you meet them. And, you know, we put the same way you go into a job interview, you put on this facade, you put on your best suit, your best wear, whatever. You look the appearance. You go in there and you look the appearance. Why? Because first appearances always make the best impressions. And when you know you done locked in and you done got them, and oh, she willing to do this, she willing to do that, I got a bait, ain't going nowhere. Now the real you start coming out and start acting a fool. Is everybody like that? No, everybody's not like that. But for a lot of times, again, you know, this whole red flags thing, you don't always see red flags. You don't always see red flags. Unfortunately, it takes more effort to keep putting up a lie than it do to come out and tell the truth. So the first time, once you deep in enough and you feel like you done got her or you done got him, because it works both ways. I done seen the same thing that happened with men. They dealing with a woman and the same thing happened and they find out who the real her is, or she married, or she dealing with somebody else and living two lives. But at the end of the day, when you do get in deep enough with somebody, it's harder to turn and walk away. It's harder.
Well, I think it's only but so long you can be something that you're not, though.
But see, that's the thing.
Because the real you gonna show the fuck up. Like,
yeah, eventually the real you.
You can't act 24/7.
It's a video. I mean, it's a movie on Netflix right now called The Swindler Swindler. You got people that do this shit for financial gain. You got people that do this shit in real life.
Yeah, but that like you got to be stupid to get played like that on that Tinder swindler shit.
Listen,
Them ladies was dumb.
You say
They
that
was chasing money.
listen,
They was chasing money.
That's
They
understandable.
was chasing his money.
But as the same way a woman, like that video we just saw about the man saying, I don't want to do this no more. I don't want to wear the burden. I don't want to do this. When you got desperation in you, because that's what that sounded like to me, to him in that video, that he was in desperation mode. I'm looking for somebody.
No, I didn't see that. I didn't see that.
I'm looking for somebody to do X, Y, Z, or whatever the case may be. That first chick, you see she got it going on. You see she about with her business, but yeah, she want to be a team player. She want to be this, she want to be that. And you ain't never met that type of individual. This y'all unicorn. It's easy to fall for people, and y'all say that now until you actually end up in that situation. We can all say, "Oh no, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that."
Can't no Tinder swindler get me.
In this, it might not be able to.
Can't no Tinder swindler get me.
But listen,
No.
All right, hold on. We getting further and further away. Bianca.
Yeah, I would have to agree. It is, people try to put their best foot forward when they first meet somebody. So 9 times out of 10, you're not getting a real person. You're not going to meet that person that they truly are. I read a meme not too long ago where they say a guy's never a guy until he actually fucks you. Now I'm saying that it's on both ends though. Women do present themselves in another way, in another light, because they think that this is what they're supposed to do. I know a lot of women who actually lose themselves in relationships because they think this is what they're supposed to be because of this man. This is what he wants, so this is what I'm going to do in order to keep him. Now, granted, it's normally a negative thing when a man is showing you one thing. He's so polite, he's so generous, he's so this, he's so that. And then once he know that he got you and you ain't going nowhere, then the other side may come out. It's not everybody, it's not every case, it's not everybody that's out here dating, but it is the chance that that person that they're showing you, they may not be that person that they are.
Go ahead, fix your hair, girl. Go ahead.
Kezia, what's up?
Hey, hi everyone.
Enjoy the conversation.
I was not expecting this. I look a mess, so don't mind me, guys. I was TAD in a hotel room in Washington, D.C. So,
so talk to us.
That comment that I made was in response to when you said, Shannon, when you said, you picked him, the woman, you knew what you were getting into. Not always. People wear masks and they wear them well. They present to you who they want you to believe that they are. And it's not until they get to a level where they feel comfortable knowing that this person probably won't leave me because they're invested in this relationship. They have invested a certain level of themselves that make it hard for them to back out. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times they wait until maybe there's a child in common, or you have property in common, or, finances in common. Things that make you really sit back like, I might not want to leave for a certain reason. And then once that mask fall off, normally you're almost like, oh shit, what did I get into? This person presented themselves one way, but they're totally different. Now, I'm not ignorant to the fact that sometimes there's red flags along the way. A lot of times because of your feelings and because of who you are and how you feel about that person, you become a collector of red flags, vice acting on those red flags that you picked up along the way, So, and it goes both ways, not just for women, it goes for men too. Some females, they do the same thing. They present themselves as one way, and then it comes out in a relationship that they're not that. They were just a mere depiction of what they thought you wanted. And they listened to what it is that you said you were looking for, and they attempt to be that. But if you pay attention, there's no actor that's so great that they don't forget their lines. Eventually, you'll start to see certain signs, telltale signs that let you know that this person really is not who they are pretending to be. So at that point, yes, a lot of times you come to the conclusion that maybe I should leave, but other times there's extenuating circumstances that keep you there. Vice, small children, dependent on this person financially, houses, property in common, things, tangible things that hold you two together. So a lot of times you become trauma bonded and you're not able to leave them as quickly as you would have if you didn't have all those things. So I'll just land my plane there unless there's something else.
Good landing. Good landing.
Thank you.
I appreciate you coming on and sharing those thoughts.
You're welcome.
I honestly, I want to leave it there because a lot of what you said, that there is truth to it. The one thing that I'm gonna have to give a little pushback on though is
Okay.
actually it's two things, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about it being too late for you at some point, because like you said, you collected the red flags, right? So because of however it is that you felt about, let me just back up for a second. First, we need to understand as a community how to date better, right? Because a lot of times you could be in a relationship with somebody based off an exchange of inboxes and now y'all go together, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we have to get back to understanding how to date with purpose. When we're in a dating phase, inherently we're yearning and we're wanting to be with someone else. A lot of times we that's how I feel like men and women fall into that trap, because you see somebody and you're physically attracted to them. And that's basically what you have to go on. So at the end of the day, you're not doing a lot of dating with the purpose, meaning there's a lot of questions and a lot of things that you could do in the dating period that'll expose just a lot of shit. Let's just call a spade a spade. And if we dated with purpose, not to expose somebody, but with the intent to say that there's not a job on the planet, right? And in some instances, let me not say that, because because somebody's inherently or inevitably going to make in the comments, but this is the exception. So we all understand there's an exception to every rule, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, would you say getting into a relationship with somebody is a big deal and a big commitment and a big contract? Most jobs that you would have to make that level of a commitment for, you're going to have to interview for, right? And those interviews, you ask all those tough questions because you're looking to either accept or deny that person or extend that person this very high position. Now we're talking about the game of life. What position is higher than you being my counterpart and my teammate in this journey through life? So a lot of times, because we're not dating with the purpose and with the intent of doing the interview, because that's what dating is. You're interviewing that person to see if you guys are a good fit. There's a lot of things that you guys, men and women, bypass that would give you a lot of information on who this person is,
You just got to
how
pay
they
attention.
think, and right.
It's as simple as that. Pay attention.
So that's just a little bit of pushback there. Like let's date with the understanding that you're interviewing somebody for the position to be your life partner.
Okay. If I can,
right?
But even with that, you got to have the understanding too that there's other people available for the job.
And
Can I
that's another
respond to
thing.
that, Shannon?
Yes, absolutely.
So
Okay. So in response to what you're saying, and you do raise a lot of valid points here, but there's an exception to every rule. That's what you started off by saying, right?
Yes,
So
absolutely.
say, for instance, you are dating with a purpose. You have done your due diligence. You have sat down and communicated, and you posed the right questions, and you stated what you want. You asked what they wanted. Okay. What if they are just the type of person that are well communicated? They know how to prepare responses according to what it is that you want to hear. They listen to what you have said to them, and they create this whole persona according to what it is that you want, and they're on point with it. You fall victim to different narcissistic men and women who that is their job daily.
Yes.
They feign love. These are the
Mhm.
type of people who are chameleons. They're able to be anything you want them to be, but at the end of the day, they will never give you what you want from them. It's like they dangle your happiness in front of you in one hand, they dangle your sanity in the other hand. And every time you get a step closer to what it is that you desire and want, they jump back 10 steps. And they enjoy the thrill of the chase. They enjoy watching you be miserable. They enjoy watching you suffer. They enjoy just playing that game because they feign love, okay? They do not have the ability to love. So you just have to be careful. You have to keep your eyes open. You have to be prayed up. You have to just know what you want, because sometimes it may appear that this person has it all together when they don't. So there's an exception to every rule.
Well,
And
that's why you take a chance
Hold
on love.
on, hold on, hold on, hold on,
That's
hold on.
why there's the saying, you take a chance on love, because it's not a guarantee. It's not a guarantee at all, because every day we change our minds. You get in the car and you say, I normally go this way to work, but you know what, today I'm gonna go this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what, I normally get cream and sugar, but you know what, now I'm gonna get Splenda and whole milk. Mm-hmm. So we change our minds daily in our lives. Not only with that, things inside of our lives change, which require us to either change as well, or we change for whatever reason. But like she said, with
she's talking about something much deeper than that.
Right.
Though,
It ain't never too late to get out of it. It don't matter when it don't matter when the shit reveal itself. It ain't never too late to leave. I don't give a fuck what you built with somebody, what y'all got together. If the shit is not supposed to be, it's not supposed to be. You can get out. You can get out. It's never too late.
Hold
what I was
on,
saying,
hold
Brian.
on, hold on, hold on.
You're not in a
Hold
situation
on.
like she said, people dealing with small children. You know how many people I know, men and women, say they not leaving relationships they in because of the kids.
The kids should never be the reason to stay.
I found out she
should never be a reason to stay.
Listen, you say that, but for the majority, and I'm gonna say the majority because I know so many people like this. It's not
the majority of the people that you know. You can't speak for the majority as a whole.
No, it's scientific studies been shown. It's scientific studies been shown that people would say the only reason why I'm in my marriage.
I want you to show me that scientific study.
Listen, you can look it up now and get statistics that the reason why marriages last as long as they do, because some people say I stay because of the kids. Once the kids got grown or they went to college or they did this or they did that, that's when the marriage was over. So and things that they find out about people for whatever reasons
that's still not an excuse to stay.
Well, God, that's what you say though. You keep saying that's not an excuse. It's not an excuse for nobody to lie on their job application, but people going to work every day that's underqualified.
Yeah, but once they find out, they get rid of you.
They play the part in the interview. They know how to answer the questions, but they know damn well they ain't got no degree. They know damn well they ain't never got no experience, and
when they find out, they clip your wings.
They still get the job though, and these are people that are trained.
Yeah, but they get you out of there also though.
Listen, but that's
you can get the job, but you ain't gonna keep it.
Listen, and you're right, and you're not gonna keep it. But at the same time, you know how many people do keep the job because they don't want to go out and train somebody else. They don't want to go out and do the hiring. They don't want to go out and spend the money to do it because they invested in that person. Now I gotta pay this person they 50% or they 100% and they 401k. It works the same way in life.
You don't even get that far along. When they find out you out of it,
the only difference
you don't even make it past probation and shit. Like
it is in relationships. Now you have something more invested, and that's your feelings. That's your feelings. That's not a tangible item. Everything else can.
It's never too late to leave.
Wait a minute. You keep saying it's never too late to leave, but for the majority of relationships, this is what happened. And scientific studies has shown that a lot of relationships work like this, where they find out secrets from their family members. They find out so-and-so ain't shit, and they stay because of things that, like Miss Kazia said, things are invested. It makes it harder for you to leave. If I leave, then I'm not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to be able to do that. Oh, the car in his name.
All right. Okay, hold on.
That's all material shit. You can walk away from material shit.
Hold on. Please give me 1 second. I feel like this is going to go, and I want to get Big Roll in here to do his man rule. But after we do Big Roll's man rule, we're going to come back and finish this conversation. When we come back, okay? When we come back, it's one mic, all right? It's one. Y'all have to remember, it's people who gonna stream this tomorrow and like, wait, what? It was good. Wait, oh, damn, I couldn't eat. So what we got to do, and it's okay. This is our platform. We can go overtime if we need to, but everybody's gonna get a chance to speak. We just have to remember that it's one mic, so that it's clear for the people. Like we got about 2,000 people or more that stream the podcast weekly, and I want them to be able to understand what's being said. So where is Big Roll at? We're gonna bring Big Roll in. He gonna give us Don, you still in the stream? I don't see the graphic for. No, I don't see the graphic for. Anyway, we're gonna bring Big Roll on stream, and Big Roll gonna do his weekly segment. This is brand new. This is his very first time. We making history. Big Roll is gonna come in and do his man rule. And make sure you guys catch Big Roll, keeping it real with Big Rolls in the morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. He toying with switching around the days, so I'm not sure what days he going, continue to do it. But as soon as he looks like Philly got disconnected. But he'll be able to tell you guys better than I can. Big Roll, where you at? Load you up. Where you at? That's angry OG. Here we go. Big Roll, what's up, man?
Ew.
How you feeling, man?
Not bad, man. Count my blessings, keeping it simple, bro.
Hey, man,
What's
it's
up,
good
George?
to see you on camera, man. What's
Is
up,
that
George?
Is that OG? What? He ain't never gonna let that go, but that's my brother. I ain't mad at him.
All right, so look, real quick, you got a new segment. It's called Man Rule. We're gonna give you the floor. You're gonna give us our man rule. But have you been keeping up with the conversation going on tonight?
I have just listening though. There's one of them times, like you said, with sometimes you just gotta shut up and listen.
Fact.
Everybody
All
making
right.
good points, so I'm just listening, bro.
All right, so with that being said, Big Roll, give us your man rule and then tell people where and when and how they can catch the show. All right.
Well, real quick, just a big roll. I'm gonna do 2 for 1 real quick. First man rule on a big exclusive podcast is, fellas, if you texting with somebody, you are not in no way, shape, or form ever to respond with the single letter K. Ever. For no reason. If you happen to sit there and respond with just the letter K, you immediately got to get down and do 20 push-ups.
Okay.
Immediately. Like if I ever get a text from Big Shannon, I'll be like, yo, check out the show tomorrow. He'll be like, okay. That's how I'm gonna look. That's how I'm in my mind. That's how I'm gonna picture him saying it. Okay. Not cool. Not cool. I got another quick one. And whatnot, since we're doing the first one. Fellas, there should be a weight limit on the type of clothing that we are wearing nowadays.
Yes, thank you.
If you are 325 pounds, you should not have on a 2X shirt. There's nothing more ridiculous than seeing man titties and navel on a brother trying to be a thug. It's the most ridiculous thing I ever seen in my life. And if I can see change in your pocket, your pants too tight. I'm gonna leave it as that, Chandy. I mean, holla at your boy. Listen, make sure you tune in to Keep It Real with Big Roll in the morning, Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. sharp. Holla at your boy.
Big Roll, thank you. Again, we talking about we actually do have another topic, but I think this is good. So what I want to do is I want to continue talking about this. So Philly, do you have an extra mic open?
I think this is good.
So
I'm getting feedback. Mic check. Yeah, that was you, Philly. All right, roll back this seat. Roll. Thank you. Expect man roll each and every week on the Big Exclusive Podcast with Big Roll. All right, so remember one mic, and I want to address something because I didn't get to respond. Thank you, Kezia, for joining the show. Thank you, Philly. Philly, I'm gonna do a mic check and see if you're good. Unmute your mic, Philly, and let me see where you are with the sound. Did you unmute it? You're still there. You go. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, that's better. No feedback. So Kezia Bishop, thank you for joining the show. Philly, thank you for joining. Regulars on the show, comedian Top Flight, Big Exclusive, joined by our special guest co-host Jumana and B Monroe. So I want to get back because Kezia had made a great point about being invested in a person and it possibly being too far going and too intertwined with that person for you to just let go so simply, meaning you have possibly not only just emotional and physical and spiritual ties, but you may have some financial ties as well, some children involved as well, that make it really difficult for you to kind of, turn and walk away. And so I had gave a little bit of pushback about, how to date properly and the type of things and questions you might want to get into so you don't kind of fall into that. OG had gave some great feedback that I kind of wanted to second that, ultimately, I'll put it like this because OG's is a little more, crash and abrasive with it. Here's my thing. The most important thing to me in this world is my peace of mind. I can honestly say when I walked away from a relationship one time and just took a bag of clothes and I had bought everything in the fucking house. And I didn't care because all that stuff could be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't care about name being on a mortgage. Fortunately, we didn't have kids together, right? But the important thing for me is my peace is the most important thing to me right now. And it's the most valuable thing that I have. I'm on the other side of 40. I don't want to live my life worried about if my significant other is doing this, that, and the other thing. I don't want to live my life worrying about if my significant other has my best interests at heart or whether or not I'm being treated well, just not physically, but mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. I don't want to have to think about that stuff. That stuff should be inherent. So a lot of things, and Keezy, I understand what you're saying about, you having that intertwinement that makes it difficult to let go. A lot of men and women listening to this podcast right now may be going through the exact same thing. So this is not towards you. My message is for those people who are possibly listening. I would say, number one, start with therapy. But number two, your peace is the most important thing, should be the most important thing in this world to you. Time is the most precious thing that we have, and it's not a lot of it. I always tell people, once you're gone, that's forever. That's eternity. That's infinite. We have a very short period of time on this planet to live our best life, right? And I know a lot of people throw that phrase around because they want to be a certain kind of way. But in the purest sense of that word or that phrase, live your best life because you only get one. You shouldn't be going through mental, physical, emotional, or spiritual abuse with anybody. You should be able to live your best life. If that person is no longer making you happy on, let me put it like this. If the motherfucker ain't delivering on the promise, do what every job do in the world. You fire him, right? So I want to go back
like George Jefferson.
Yeah, with the strut and everything. So I want to give Philly just joined. I want to give her an opportunity to speak.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
I'm not home, so I'm at my brother's house, and my niece and nephews are here, so I might have to hit the mute button here and there. But I just wanted to say that I'm at a point in my life where I know me. And I think that a lot of times we don't spend enough time with ourselves, getting to know ourselves, getting to know what we really want before we invite somebody else into our space. And I know I'm at a place like you were just saying, Shannon, where I want complete peace. So my foundation with any and everything is complete peace. So my relationships with men, sister, mother, whoever, if it's not complete peace there, there's no relationship. Across the board, I do it with everybody. I'm gonna stay in a peaceful place. And I think that if you set that foundation for yourself of what it is that you want, you'll get it. You'll get it. And it's just that plain and simple. If I come into a situation where I'm dealing with somebody and they try to interrupt my peace, I'll nicely let them know. Listen, I don't do that here. We don't do that here. If that's what you do, that's what you do. But I don't do that here. And we can go our separate ways. Because I'm not letting anybody interrupt my peace. I don't have anything to prove. I'm at an age where I care more about my peace than proving a point. I don't have to be right about everything, and that's why I can shut up at times. I'm not arguing with people. I spent too many years in my younger years arguing and fighting with people. I'm not doing it. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to love. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my life in peace. And that's just that. And I think when it comes to our community, we spend too much time pointing the finger. Oh, men do this, women do this. Both of us do it. There's room for both. And to sit there and say, oh, men don't do that. Yes, they do. You don't date men. You don't know. To sit there and say, oh, women don't do that. You don't know because you don't date women unless you're bi, which is fine. You do both. You might have a different, outlook on it. But at the end of the day, I'm just not giving the energy to my community. I understand that it's more important for me to listen to the men in my community and listen to their hurts and listen to see what I can do to fix it. Because going back and forth with them hasn't fixed anything. Putting them down, putting up posts, talking about how horrible that hasn't fixed anything. What can I do to fix the situation? I'm not here to make it worse. I'm not. I don't have that energy. The only energy I have left is to help fix my community. And that's it. And I feel like if we all start to do that with each other, we'll make a difference. It'll be a difference.
Divine said, I date both. And yes, we do it. They do it. Laugh out loud. Kezia, come back. Talk to us.
So again, I was offering another point just for everybody to see that general statements, they're okay, but we have to consider the totality of a situation. There's people who are unhealed. There are people who are trauma bonded, and it's not as easy for them to let go of a certain. No, I'm not saying because of the physical or financial things or the tangible things that person can afford you. I'm just saying that person who over time they were emotionally broken down. They were by design close to a breaking point. So it's a little harder for those type of people to actually step out of that situation. So I've been both. I've been on the side where I've been in a situation where it almost broke me. I took a step back and I healed 2 years of counseling, worked through those issues. So now I'm speaking of a place of being healed. I know that peace is a priority for me, but I'm speaking to the person, the man and the woman, that they are not there yet. They want to be there, but they are not there yet. And for whatever reason, they feel like they have to stay in that situation. For whatever reason that they put in their mind, or however they try to justify that situation, they stay. Again, Philly Joan and Big Exclusive spoke of being in a place of peace. I'm there too, right? But I would have to say that I respectfully disagree when Philly Join, you said I'm now interested in being a fixer. That's not my job. When I'm in a place of peace, I arrive into a relationship as a whole person. I've done the work. I've sought counseling. I worked out the issues from my, prior situations. So I'm looking for another whole person to arrive to me already healed. Um, it's not my responsibility to heal another person or fix another person, for that only comes from within you. See, you can never heal or fix someone else. That has to go on to that person. So I would never allow anyone to interrupt my peace in that manner. Either you come to me a healed person, because I hear a lot of people say, well, this person completes me. I don't want anybody to complete me. I want to be a complete person when I arrive to you as a whole. Because when you're single, that is the time where you're supposed to try to complete yourself, meet your requirements that you require of another person, so that when you show up, you're already arrived and there. Not saying you're perfect, you have it all together, but you've done the necessary work, and the issues that you've identified within yourself that you knew that you needed to correct, you've done that work, and you showed up a whole ready to actually be an asset in a relationship, vice a liability.
So when
So
I said the word
I don't
fix,
recall
I
her
wasn't
saying that she was
speaking
fixing
of
anybody.
fixing.
She
Wait,
said
wait,
she
wait,
wanted to
wait.
fix her community.
OG, let me say. Can I speak for myself? When I was saying it, I wasn't saying it in the sense of fixing a man. Not at all.
okay.
I wasn't saying it. I'm talking about as a community and how we need to come together and fix the issues we have as black men and black women. That's what I'm saying we need to fix when I say fix. So I 100% agree with you.
Mhm.
I will say this. I disagree when you say I'm healed. I don't believe that anybody is healed. I believe that every day you wake up is a healing process. You have to constantly renew your mind. You have to constantly heal, because at any given time, a trigger could come and you can go right back to who you were. So constantly, it's a daily thing to continue in healing with an ing, right? So I'm not disagreeing with anything you say. I'm not trying to fix a man, but I am trying to fix the issue that we go like this in our community all the time. It's like we can't see eye to eye, or we're pointing the finger, or we're arguing, or we're bashing each other. Like, that's the stuff that I want to see fixed. That's the stuff that I want to see constant healing going on daily when it comes to our community. I ain't trying to fix no man, child. I tried to do that in my 20s. It don't work.
Got you.
It don't work.
And
OG.
my response to what you just said, you're never healed. I have to disagree with that.
No,
If
you're not, because you go through stuff every day. Like
Let it
you're
talk.
you take on shit every day that
OG,
can take you
let
to
it
a
talk.
place where you need to get healed or whatever.
to put you back in that situation when you have truly and completely healed from a certain situation. It's no trigger that would trigger you to go back that way.
You
I
can
mean,
get something new. It's
So,
something
so let me
something
let
new to
me
take you
ask
down the
you this.
rabbit hole.
Let me ask you this.
thoughts, or you could feel some kind of way about it. But if
So
you're healed, nothing that a person can trigger you to act contradictory to your healing.
So let me ask you this, and I'm gonna use my personal experience because this is why I feel this way.
Mhm.
I've lost over 100 people in my life, right?
Yeah.
And I understand that life is a part of death. Um, from 2013 to 2016, I lost 46 people between family and friends.
Mhm.
So you take time, you pray, you ask for healing. You want to get past death, not feeling like it's hovering over you, a black cloud over you, or whatever it is that you're feeling when you're going through all that grief, right? And you think, you know what, I'm here, I'm healed, I'm good. And then another death comes where it's a tragedy, where it's something that hits close to home, and you're sitting here telling me that it's a possibility I wouldn't be triggered by that after possibly
The
saying that I'm healed from.
finality of
So
death in itself, I feel like it's totally different.
But then how do we pick and choose
Yeah, you
what
can't
you're
do
healed
that.
from
You can't
and what
do
you're
that.
not?
so wait, can I interject for a second? Because I think we might be, and Kezia, correct me if I'm wrong. I think what she's trying to say she's healed from was that previous relationship and that previous experience with that person is, I think, is am I correct on that's what you're trying to say?
Yes.
And okay, all right. So I understand when you say you healed from that situation. But I agree, and I had this conversation a few podcasts ago, is that no one ever really heals 100%. It's not possible.
No.
Like it's the way I simplify it the most is if I cut my hand, right? My hand heals, it never goes back to the way it was originally made.
What about the mental
right?
part?
So you have to, and again, exactly. What happens is when we are in the process of healing, you can never get to a state of fully healed because a lot of times until we're put in those situations where we're triggered, like Philly said, we don't know if we have, and the process of healing is understanding and being given the tools to cope with said triggers in a much healthier way, right? So when people say they're healed, I always call bullshit because the healing process, just like an addiction, it's never, you never fully heal from an addiction. It's a struggle every day not to pick up and use again. I say it's the same mentally and emotionally when we talking about healing from relationships. Nobody can say they're 100% healed because until you get into another relationship and there's something that may be slightly similar to what you went through before, you don't know how you're going to respond until you're put in that situation. And even once you're put in that situation, just remember now you're using those coping mechanisms and those tools to get you past that because you're triggered. So the healing process, like, yes, I agree with Key. You can be healed from a previous experience with a person because that person no longer has any control over you and they can't trigger you and set you off or get you back because you love them so much. But when that situation arises in that new relationship, how do you handle it? Because you're still going to have those same triggers and emotional triggers and thought processes like, yo, is this the same thing I just went through? But you start to, use those coping mechanisms that you got and maybe therapy if you were brave enough to go to therapy. And at the end of the day, you start using those tools that you gain in therapy to get past that. So with that being said, I want to ask this from everybody, and then we can continue if you want. Like I said, I'm always down to go for overtime. But then after I ask these questions and I get an answer from everybody, we can decide whether or not to go into overtime or we can get into final thoughts for the evening. But the question I ask for everybody to everybody is this: when you think about your priorities in life, I want you to rank like these things: love, respect. Let me type it up. So where's my pen? I'm gonna write it down so I don't have to keep thinking about it because I was thinking about this the whole time we was talking. Love, respect, peace, loyalty, all right, so the breakdown, and I want to know in importance of priority specifically to you. You don't have to you don't have to answer if you don't want either. I just want to kind of get a sense of where everybody is. So it's love, respect, loyalty, money, and peace. Rank those of most important to you being number 1, and 5 being the least important. So love, peace, respect, loyalty, and money. Rank those, 1 being the most important, 5 being the least important. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. Respect and loyalty go hand in hand, basically. So I would take peace, then respect and loyalty, money, and then love comes in last place.
Thanks, OG. Who wants to go next? I'll go.
Next. Oh, go ahead.
I'll go. I'll take peace, loyalty, respect, money, and love is last for me as well. Who was that wanted to go next?
I'll go next.
Go ahead,
Uh,
Jemima.
I see things a little bit different when we say we need love in the world. Love, respect, peace, loyalty for the most part across human race, period. Whether it's between man and woman, woman and man, woman and woman. That's what our world lacks is the love. Because to me, respect, loyalty, and peace all come within love. Um, and then of course money for the most part for me is always going to fall dead last. Money is one of those tangible items that you can always recuperate money. You can't recuperate love. You can't recuperate peace. You can't recuperate respect. Once you've already lost it with a certain individual or situation, it's hard to gain that back.
Okay, who's next? Go
My bad,
ahead.
my mic was muted.
Oh, go
So
ahead.
it's peace, respect, loyalty, love, and then money.
Okay.
Yeah, peace, respect, love, loyalty, and money.
That's mine too.
He said peace, respect, love, loyalty, money. Okay.
Respect, love, money. Yep, that's my.
All right. Did everybody go?
Mm-hmm.
All right. We can go overtime if y'all want and talk about this Buffalo massacre.
I don't want to talk about that, man.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't want to talk about that. I could go ahead and bounce if y'all gonna talk about it.
Yeah, I'm out.
Talk about it. Like, I don't want to talk about that.
I kind of go the same way.
That's fine. That's why I asked. So we're not gonna do overtime. I'm okay with
I'm about
that.
to say I'll take the lead on this one. Love yourself, love somebody, and keep God first in everything, and you'll be fine.
Final thoughts. Who wants to go next?
I'll go. All right. Like I say always, Shannon, I love you. I got mad respect for you, mad love for you.
Thank
Um,
you.
and we always kind of see eye to eye on things about the community, about our people, loving one another, respecting one another, loyalty with one another. It all comes hand in hand. I love my black people. I love my black people. I love my black people. Love, peace, and hair grease, y'all.
Thank you. Who next?
I'll go. Again, thank you for having me. I love it. I love the topics. I love the discussions. I love the debates, even when we don't agree. Again, as always, like I say, stay pretty, stay positive, and stay empowered. Mwah. Have a wonderful week. I'm going.
Who next?
I'll go. I just want to tell everyone, just remember to be kind, remember to love above all else. Empathy is the one thing that you can display. It's free. Putting yourself in the shoes or having the ability to do so, putting yourself in the shoes of others allows you to take a step back and just be a little bit more kinder. Shannon, I thank you for inviting me to your platform. I love this place. It's great. You know what you mean to me. You've always, when I was going through the storm, you was that ray of sunshine in my life. And for that, I'll forever be indebted to you. I love you. Everybody have a great time. I'm out.
Love you too, Key. Philly, it's you and me.
Yes. Sorry, I had to go last because everybody just came home and I had to mute it. I just want to say thank you for having me on. I wanted to say to everybody, love yourself. Know yourself. Self-care is everything. Peace is everything. And learn to hold yourself accountable more than you hold others accountable.
Thank you. So it's down to just me and most of the people who watch the podcast or listen to the podcast. You know what I'm about to say. I started off the same way every week. Kayla and Cameron, Daddy love you more than my vernacular and vocabulary um, can possibly muster up. Like everything that I do for you guys. And I hope that one day you reap the benefits of Daddy's hard work and the multitude of Daddy's friendships that he's built over the years. Um, my final thought I want to leave with pretty much everybody who's tuned into the podcast, whether you're tuned into the live or whether you're tuned in, are you live streaming from Alexa or iHeart or wherever you happen to catch this podcast from. First, let me say thank you for streaming it. Thank you for downloading it. We appreciate the love. We appreciate the support. You know, leave a comment, a like, if you don't mind. But the one thing I want to leave with this last podcast is that some of the topics we got into tonight about relationships and love, there's just one universal thing that's going to make every relationship across the board, whether it's family relationships, business relationships, relationships with significant others, it begins and ends with communication. No one's asking you to be a linguist when it comes to communication. The only thing people really want is honest and genuine communication. Right up there for that is that's 1A. 1B would be everybody wants to feel like you hear them or they're being heard. Try and remove yourself from your feelings all the time because a lot of times our feelings and our emotions get in the way of real growth and real progress because we stop listening and we stop communicating. So just try this on for size in your next relationship. If it's a disagreement or you got to bring up one of those really hard topics, make the commitment and make the promise to yourself that you're not going to respond. You're just going to listen. And just let your partner know, whether it's a business partner, a friend, or a significant other, husband or wife, just let them know, hey, I want to hear how you feel. I want you to be able to express that and let me absorb that. And then after you have some time, maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours, sometimes it might take you to the next morning. But once you have time to absorb that information and really think about it, then go back and finish the conversation. Because a lot of things that happen in relationships across the board is a direct result of miscommunication. Somebody misunderstood something. So let's not misunderstand each other. Let's try to understand, overstand, and be attentive and listen with intent and purpose, with the intention to resolve the issue. Because a lot of times we hurting ourselves and we hurting our community just because we just won't listen. All right. So with that being said, it's the Big Exclusive Podcast with Angry OG, comedian Top Flight, special guest co-host Jemana and Bianca Monroe. Special guest for joining us in the podcast today. Thank you, Philly Joan Panor. Thank you, Kezia Bishop. We'll see you guys same time, same place next week. Remember, tell a friend to tell a friend and follow us on all social media. That's at the Big Exclusive Podcast on everything for all episodes, old and new. Go to the website, thebepodcast.com, and I'll see you guys on the other side.